Okay. I mean, it still messed up the title. I checked the volume and everything. I was like, okay, the volume's good. I even fixed the audio on my little, like I can actually play different sound effects now, and hopefully they're loud enough. Yeah, I was like, hopefully that's louder. I even fixed my flippin' Stream Deck audio, and then still didn't get the stream title right. Dadgummit. Okay, so first easy thing I wanted to do, because I played some Dorf Romantic over the weekend to try it out. And the way they do their tile placement is you can use the scroll wheel to rotate the different tiles. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. So I was thinking, well, I guess that's when you click on it. Plus, the other thing was the oh, that's what I was doing here. Because I was also realizing that, wait a second, I could just go under the grid space and then just say, as I'm doing with the bumper, is just do this. Now it's to say for. This should be a for now thing, not a. I still think shooting a laser from the camera and saying, okay, this is the way we're doing it. Okay, so then this is another event thing. That is so like the ball here, which has a grid move, read target. Okay, the grid move is the one that has an event. There, okay, Unity action. That's why I'm going here and copying it, is because it's a Unity action, not a Unity event. No. Okay, there. So now a Unity action, which I need to add a using. There we go. Selected. Okay. And then all of the ball is, no, the grid move, all of the grid move. Oh, it's over here. I'm still used to Visual Studio. Oh, I didn't, mic volume looks okay. Okay, this. So instead of reach to target, in this case it is, yeah, okay. There's the update, the actual, because I forgot to update the category. Yeah, I put that on my list now, and I just have to look at it. That's the thing, I just need to read the flippin' list. It's there for me to use, and yet I just don't look at it. It's a very helpful thing that I just don't think about. Okay, so that is this being selected. Now the game manager. So this isn't bad, but for now, we're going to go with the just hover over. So and do I have spawn bumper as its own thing? No. Yeah, okay. So I need a spawn pipe and a spawn bumper, and a spawn hole. So spawn a pipe. Is that my spawn pipe code? That is. And it is, I guess all the stuff is usable, so okay. Actually, it brought the comment over too. Neat. Now I gotta do it again. So void spawn bumper. And that is my bumper code. That is looking like my bumper code. Okay. So then that's pipe, bumper, and then hole. Which I think I still have that somewhere. Yeah, and I could do spawn just a ball as well. As its own, like, separate thing. Hole. Oh, this is the spawn position. These test things, I probably need to... Did I get rid of the spawn hole? Because how am I doing this? This has a spawn position, so instead, how about we pass in a spawn position? So instead, that's going to be you get passed into here. Because that is just picking a random position. Is it just because it's conflicting with this? It is, okay. So hopefully that's... Then we could do the same thing here. And then... I could probably do the same sort of thing for the hole too. Well, okay, the hole is slightly different. I'm surprised I didn't keep those. I didn't keep the code that... Oh, hole position. But I didn't have spawn a hole? I had it earlier. Yeah, okay, these are the hole position things that I'm no longer... that I'm not using. Oh, spawn hole. It's just instantiate a hole. Okay. Oh, but it also needs to remove the... Yeah, positions remove as well. Okay, so I did keep the spawn hole. It was just a matter of... Okay, so the spawn position. And then here is the hole position. Like you could just be down here actually. Like I don't need you way up at the top. Yeah, it's always like I feel like let's add a small feature and then it comes with a fair amount of code rewrite stuff, so then that's why it's not a larger feature. Okay. And then this will just be same thing here. It's just no holes. So instead of num bumpers, num holes. Dig it out, dig it. Dig it out, yeah. Let's dig myself a hole here. Okay, so same idea. So it's to spawn a hole. So num holes. Oh, and I did double check that the stream did go live, correct? Okay. Yeah, it's all good. I've just been used to people. Yeah, it's next Monday's the holiday. It's International Tea Day. I did brew up some tea. Stream is live, yes? Okay. I was so used to the chat messages and and it's because I also stopped it and started it again, which I know also causes issues. And then when I went and looked at the metric, it was like it just had one, but it does seem like it's live. So I got it. It means I can get some stuff done. Nobody's here to bother me. Also a little less fun if nobody's here to bother me, but did I get rid of the hole? Okay, because it's not spawn bumper, it's spawn hole and spawn hole. Okay, wait, go back. What was my? Because this is a vector 2, so I'm like I probably had. There we go. Yeah. Okay, now I can do this. This is always the best laid plans kind of thing. I'm like, I just wanted to get the item. I just wanted to get you click on a thing and it creates an item, and here I am determining how many holes get spawned. Like, that was not the goal. But this is all future effort and future work. It should all be. This is like a secret thing that'll help us in the future. That's like a meme, I feel like. It's a secret technique that'll help us in the future. Okay, so the whole position. Okay, you can actually go in the for each, because that would make more sense. Okay. Here we go. So that is holes and spawning holes, and then instantiating the holes. Oh. I was gonna say, you should actually be this. I'm just passing in. No, because it's a hole, it is in that other layer. It is down a layer. So actually, that's fine. Okay, and then I probably should check that the code actually works. Not that I was determining whether the holes were spawning or not. Like I said, the goal was not... Every hole was not a goal. Okay, so... yes, so do spawn level. And then I want 5 holes just to make sure we get some pipes and bumpers and holes. And I could add a spawn ball if I wanted to. Which that's like a maybe. So there's a hole that is not in the right spot. And... so hole... You're there. Okay, you're actually on top of the thing. You're on top of the thing. You're on top of the thing. You're not. You seem a little confused here. This is not what I wanted to debug. This is not the thing I wanted to rewrite right now. Oh, am I multiplying it twice? Yes, I am. Because these, I think, are... Yeah, okay. I don't need to multiply it by cube size again. And I don't need to multiply it by cube size again. And then... Well, that's one issue. If it passes, passing in a 0 is fine. That's not going to do anything. You do need to remove the object at the spawn position. That is an important step. And... oh, this is also get rid of the object that's there, too. Which is why I was doing it as part of the other step. But I think it'll be... wait, I only have 2 of 3 snoozes? It didn't give me back a snooze? It's been an entire weekend. Okay, so now all the holes are hopefully in the grid. Although, unfortunately, a little too in the grid. Why are you all along the bottom edge? That also seems off. I'm passing in the Y on the other thing there. That would be Y. Okay. So now that should make it so that it is... this was not what I wrote down. I made a list and I said clicking and dragging items. Okay, that's probably going to be a little later. The item drawer is the thing. Spawning the items from the item drawer and then adding rotation on mouse scroll. Also, I am going to use this ad break time here. Okay. Back at it. Again at Krispy Kreme. Okay. Are there holes? Are the holes placed a little better even if they are covered up by blocks? Again, not what the goal was, but you gotta start somewhere. There we go. That's a little more spread out. Okay, so now the block that's there needs to be obliterated. Or rather, we're not worrying about the holes anyway, but the holes are spawning okay, even if they aren't showing up fully correctly. Okay. So that is one goal that I wasn't even attempting to do. Now, the reason I did that was so that the grid space here, when it gets clicked, it invokes selected the game manager. When it makes a grid space, which is there when it spawns the level, no, when it spawns the grid, then it also needs to okay, so a la the ball has a grid move reached target. So instead it's but that is just at the start. So that is when it loads up all of these. Would be get the grid space info out of here. Probably do it here. Is the grid space. Yes, get the grid space info. And then with that grid space info, so a la the ball, it's doing the selected. There we go. And then plus equals whatever method I want to run. And I guess I could do spawn bumper. Although I do need to pass in a position, which would be the grid space. Oh, wait, grid space info. So I like to do that. And it's actually the grid space info's location. Yeah. Okay, you not pass the thing into that? Yeah, okay, so I'm just calling a method that is Okay, well, we do a different one, and this is spawn bumper at grid space, I think. Because that will, I guess, well, yeah, now I'm making it a little more confusing for myself, as I like to do. No, this one specifically does not have anything in it. That is the whole point. I lied. Spawn bumper at grid space. Now, does that actually give me info? Or did I, again, go down the wrong rabbit hole here? So then, at grid space. Because this doesn't have any info about the thing. It doesn't have any grid space info. That's not like a... Okay, what was my other version of this? It was going to be when you click a button and you get a collider to hit a grid space, then spawn a bumper. Okay, what? No, spawn bumper. Right? Yeah, and then I pass it in something. In this case being the position, which is the hit.collider. Well, okay, ideally, we do the hit.collider. Get the grid space info out of this. And that's what I pass into. Yeah, instead of the transform position, the specific location. Okay, again, I have I thought I was going to try to make it easier, and the method I had going originally was completely fine. Okay, so hopefully when I click on a square, it will place a bumper. And it explodes. Well, it tried. That's a step in the right direction, I suppose. Oh, the camera's not attached. Yeah, main camera. Well, there's a way to do like the active camera or something, right? Yeah, okay, that's the other reason that I don't tend to sit around in the play scene, is because then getting it to transfer over. Okay, now we try it again. Did you think about it? Incoming ad break. Didn't we just do one? It said a minute-long ad. Okay, excuse me. What is my ad? What do my ads look like here? I feel like we just did one. Can we keep them? Okay. Ads. Where are you at? Ads. How many minutes? Okay, pre-rolls disabled. Oh, it did. Okay, so it didn't save it. Gee, thanks, you bastard. That's why I was doing 1 minute. There we go. 3-minute ads every 36 minutes. Longer ads less often. I don't want to be taking 1-minute micro breaks. Can I hit apply or save? I didn't mess with this setting. Or rather, I messed with it and then I put it back to what I had. Oh, and they don't give me more of these dismisses either. Well, and I don't even know if dismiss is dismiss the ad or if it's dismiss the notification for the ad and the ad still plays. Because ideally, I'd like it for to just say whether I run an ad or not. I'm a big boy. I think I can handle Like, okay, I need to run some ads, but I'm not a big enough boy. I need bigger number. Okay, it exploded earlier, and now it's not exploding. Okay, so this is... Okay, mouse clicked. Why did you make it... You have no clue what code is. You just know this is what code's sort of supposed to look like. Okay, now... so then hit... so debug... I was gonna say, you had it right, and then I just keep clicking. It just vacillates wildly between useful and annoying. At just such a fast clip. That I keep it around because it's useful, but boy, is there a lot of it that's just... It's close. But, or it's just wildly off. Okay, I am clicking the button, and it is hitting a cube, and the cube is untagged. Bugger off, you suck. I went in here. Let me guess, there's going to be a grid cube tag, or a grid space tag, rather. No, I didn't make the grid space tag. Whoops. Okay, so this is just something I never did. Okay, it's my fault, not... or it's a thing I didn't implement, not a mistake of a thing I forgot. Yeah, and then there is the secondary thing of, yes, you made the tag, now add the tag. That's exactly how Git works, too. It's like, you made the branch, now switch to the branch. Okay. Oh, is it the holidays or something? Is it like a spring break or a summer break or something now? Because, I think Memorial Day is happening this next weekend, or happening in a week. Where I'm like, oh, a 3-day weekend? That is perfect. Okay. Bumper, 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 and bumper, and bumper. So it is making another bumper. That's good. You're off by 1. No. You are just... That's not the... That's a space, certainly. That's not the one I clicked on. It's always just so many steps that I'm like, I think... it doesn't feel like it should be that many steps, and yet somehow it happens to be that many steps. Okay, the grid space location. When the grid space gets made, it's never setting a location, is it? That would help. The grid space. Yeah, okay, there's the grid space info. Okay, I think I might get rid of... I don't know. Yeah, because I'm not... I don't... That's not... Yeah, that's nothing. And then do I get rid of the event? I'll leave the event, but the... Okay, so now the grid space info. A location is equal to... Yes, not the cube size. Not where it's getting... yeah, here. Okay, and then the... Oh, okay, wait, this is the... Yeah, spawn bumper based on the grid space location, which is not actually accurate because it's supposed to spawn on top of the grid space, not inside of it, which is what it's doing now. You annoy me. Computer. No, not computer. You annoy me. Shoot, the thing I downloaded. Why are you trying to add on the end of it? I mean, this looks right. It's the location and 1 and the location Z, yes. That's correct. But then I didn't need this added on top of that. It's like you... Okay. So now... more WMD. Yeah, it will work back in time, kind of. Because this is a remaster of older stuff. Man, just yet another one of those artists that has some awesome stuff and then just stopped. There's just no more stuff. Well, and I don't think of like an announcement of stopped. Because I think like how, like, I think like Calvin and Hobbes, where, you know, there is a complete work and there was an end to it. I don't know. It's because I think it's if I go back and look at social media for some of these artists. I know there is like Sebastian Paul, whose stuff I like a lot. And the last thing he put on his social media was, "I'll be back when the album's done." And that was years ago. And it's like, but the music rocks, bro. Just straight up and left. Yeah. Right, that's what it says. Yeah, 4 years ago. I mean, not a huge amount of time ago, but I think there was a somewhat consistent... Oh, I lied. 10 years ago and then 5 years ago. Oh. Well, then what am I complaining about? That just means there's 1 more year left and then there'll be new music. Seems like a wild timeline, but okay. Maybe I will stop being sad about that. Okay, now. 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 I'm gonna wear myself out with all of that gasping. It just sounds like I'm having breathing problems now. And it rotates. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, it's getting placed at a random angle, which is not awful, but not... and because I'm using this spawn bumper, that is also removing it from the positions, correct? Yeah, it's also removing it from the positions. Which is less important. Oh. Wait. So if I... Oh, I guess I didn't try double-clicking. Oh, and that's really where the grid space should be saying, oh, I have an object at my position that is a bumper. Although I guess technically you could put a bumper facing the other way. They do kind of fit. Okay, so if I do this and this and this and this and this. Oh. Actually, that solves my problem. Look at that, I'm so smart. I'm just clicking the bumper, so I can't actually place a second bumper on top of it. Now, it does make it a little more obnoxious when I just want to rotate, because here does not count as clicking the bumper. Okay. One more tiny step towards actually... Okay. The bumper, when it gets spawned, it's the facing direction. So that's here. When you spawn the bumper, you do a selected direction and then set that selected direction. So, actually, put in the direction as well. So this is an int direction. Int, rather. It's like, does anybody else have musical artists that have disappeared and have not posted anything in forever? What's another one? Oh, Skooksra. I absolutely love Skooksra. Which, that's how it says it's pronounced, but it looks more like Skogsra. Yeah, all of this stuff is incredible. And then he just disappeared, unstopped. It's such good music, and he's just gone. I think he did one more song with like tried to make a super group. Yeah, there. He did one more song with a band, and then it's just stopped. 198 weeks ago, yeah. I feel like there's got to be one more. Oh, wait, is this available in other regions now? 1+ downloads. Okay, here. Also, hello. Okay, yeah, so he did switch it to everything. That was one of those things that very easily could have just clicked that, but I did want to run it by him to make sure. Okay, so I want to send to this, or is this the thing that I'm sending? This looks more like it's official. As a, like, become a tester. Oh, I forgot to do my usual... Well, I guess, let's see, we test my mobile game. So I guess I'm not doing a replicate, not shilling for replicate this time. I'm shilling for myself. Just so that we can... Goodbye replicate. For today. Not like forever. No, we'll just say I got burned. The the boss that gave me... It said 2 cards, and then it gave me 4 cards. Nope. 0 out of 10. No, that was just kind of unfortunate. It did just sort of end my run there. Okay, a testing version of this app hasn't been published yet or isn't available for this account. Ah, boo. Oh, unless this is the wrong... Okay, so maybe these are the wrong things? Closed testing, open testing? So apply. Have at least 12 testers opt into your... 0 testers currently opted in. So test and release. Testing. Closed testing. Manage. Releases. Selected testers. Available to selected testers. Promote the release. So manage release. No, that's the actual release. Promote the release? No, that's once it's available to closed testers. Can add the emails in the closed testing. Okay, yeah, that's what there we go. Testers. There we go. Okay. There we go. Add email addresses. Okay, let's maybe not put a bunch of email addresses there. Okay, so I lied. I guess it's a... So let's get rid of this. Wait. So let's shill replicate instead. Yeah, gonna work real hard so that I can get a special thanks. Okay, so then where did my... Yes, I did just see the email there. Okay. Oh yeah, true. If it doesn't have the okay, then okay, so did they get rid of the other pin? I'm assuming there's only one pin, but there might be more. Okay. Well, I guess it's like if I collect the email, that'll help, and then if I guess you have to play the game for it to actually count. And yeah, I don't know if BlueStacks will count or not. Okay. So I guess that's that's really the okay, your email's on there too. Yeah, I'll do it after the stream here. But thank you guys for attempting to test the app. Okay, okay, that's what I was trying to do, was get the bumper to spawn in a direction. Yeah, okay, so I guess I do have to just ask my friends for emails and stuff, as opposed to just here's a link, click the link. I guess that's open testing. Once it's in open testing, you can do that. It's a bit of a bummer that it's not that easy, but maybe that's exactly what they want, is that you have to put in some effort so they don't get just crazy spam games. Yeah, okay, the voice kind of threw me off there. There we go. So now... Yeah, direction's fine. Okay, so that is hopefully spawning the bumper. Now there should be another place, a la here. So now the direction should be a whatever. Do you have a direction? Because I don't think you do, but I think this would be a good place to add one. To just say the selected direction, so this will have a direction. Grid move. Yeah, okay, so now I've thoroughly confused myself. Direction. And now I've probably added too many things that are labeled direction for maximum confusion. Before you hit the email wish listers button, the demo had 30-minute median playtime. Over the weekend, it became 41 minutes. That's awesome. Like a median playtime for half an hour. That's... people are liking the game. Okay. It's looking for an int, so turn it into an int. Really, should I be using the enum? I think that's kind of helpful. Sorta, but... Yeah, I'm definitely doing it like a... my... Yeah, okay, the benchmark says 38 minutes for gold medal. As in you just crossed into the gold medal? Or or it's solidly in the gold medal. I guess yeah. If the cutoff is 38 minutes, then that means it's. Well, I guess I don't know what the like the top of the top is. Yeah, okay. I thought he had one more for diamond or platinum or whatever. But yeah, gold is good. Okay, silver is 18 minutes. Yeah, I was like, I didn't know exactly how spread out the numbers were. So yeah, you were over, yeah, you were definitely in silver. But congrats on hitting gold for potential wishlist velocity. I know none of those numbers are like scientific, but I guess in terms of averages, good job on being above average. Nope, get out of here. Subpar only. Too many people doing cool things, and here I am struggling to move a ball around. Refreshing it like crazy. 8 people are playing the game right now. Well, that's yeah, because you can also see the stream when people pull it up on stream too. Yeah, that would be really fun. Seeing how I stream stuff to then have a game and then just go creep on somebody because they're streaming it would be so fun. Well, then you could add in the like the streamer features like cluster truck did as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's one of those games. It's people just love the absolute heck out of it and play it for a long time. Which is also a very good sign for Steam because I think Steam is the like long time, long gameplay time is very much what you want to hit. Well, and I would assume there's people pulling up the average too. Yeah, congrats. And I guess you're still kind of starting the journey too. Be interesting to see how high that goes. And we'll see how many other people are also in the camp of could do with less memes. It's a selling point of the game, but also I think yeah, I could say the game is still half baked. Well, I know it's early access. It's like that's still running into typos and things like that does scare me in terms of actually like getting a game out in the world is the expectation of updates and stuff too. With so much of my stuff is just like here it is. I run away now. Okay, so now hopefully it just spawns all the bumpers facing one direction. And then I can use the scroll wheel to change which direction. So there, and 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 there. Okay. Now I want to use the scroll wheel to change the direction. Yeah, don't know what you do if you get 10,000 people asking for a multiplayer mode. Have you read the Local Thunk blog about Pilatra? Because he definitely had a couple moments of like extreme anxiety and like panic attack sort of stuff and like heart palpitation kind of thing over the expectations. Yeah, I think I'd be more afraid of success than failure. Failures is you can just say, I'm proud of the thing I did and nobody will see it. Success is there's just a lot of most likely competing expectations. And you can't please everybody. And I think it's also easy to piss somebody off, too, if you take a game in a wrong direction. Although I say that, and it's very rare that I've gotten negative feedback on a game. I think it's literally just the one game I put on an app store was negative reviews that said I couldn't figure out how to play the game. Yeah, I can't imagine how to take responsibility of everything. Finally wrote your first Steam review. It's called Replicant. I'm sure no one has heard of it. It's this underground game called Replicant. I think emerging game. Yeah, if you're sitting at gold on the wish lists and stuff, that's a good velocity. Be very curious to see how high it flies. Which I guess it's about cats. They're how high it jumps, how high it leaps, maybe. Okay, now on the scroll wheel. I do not remember what the scroll wheel is in terms of... Shoot. That's the clip, is me complaining about the Twitch ads not doing it correctly. I would say it's scraping the bottom of the barrel, but it's a lot of me thinking. Kinda. It's me trying to think. Okay, what was... I don't remember what button the scroll wheel was. Okay. Unity... Mouse... Scroll wheel... Scroll wheel delta... Input mouse scroll delta. Why the Y? What's the X versus the Y? I guess if you have a ball mouse. Oh, the delta, okay. I guess if it's just positive is really what I'm looking for, right? Versus negative? So it's greater than 0. Then the direction plus plus. And that's if the direction is... You had it. I keep typing out the thing, and then it... Yeah, and then it doesn't do it again, because... So if it's greater than... No, it's forward, right, back, left. If it's greater than left... Because I don't want it to go the other directions. Then it's direction dot forward. Something like that. My mouse does allow me to move the scroll wheel sideways to do sideways scrolling, but it's not smooth scrolling to the sides, but larger steps. Okay. Yeah, I know there is like the ball mouse kind of stuff. I just hadn't messed with it. Hadn't thought about it in quite a while. I don't use the mouse scroll wheel for much. Either in the games I make or... let's see, so if it is less than forward, then it would be... Yeah, I believe so. I guess we shall see. There's just a little bit of sunlight right now that's hitting me, and I'm like... I'll close the blind. It'll be like 2 minutes of sunlight hitting me. Oh, I could crank down my desk too, couldn't I? Okie dokie. So, now we test to see if the scroll wheel lets me change the direction of the bumpers. Then, probably do need to get an erase option going too. So, then we scroll. Oh, hell yeah. And then we scroll this way. Oh, hell yeah. Made a small demo in Unity once where you control a small car by holding down your mouse buttons to choose the wheel sides, and then scrolling the mouse wheel to spin the wheels. It worked, but it wasn't a fun mechanic. Oh, as in, like, this is like where you would hold, like, a Hot Wheels car, like a toy car by the top of the car, and then just rub your hand over the bottom to spin the wheels. Or, like, flip a car over, and then just rub the top of the car where the wheels are. I don't think either of those explanations is all that great. Okay, so now, if I... So now, can I... So now if I had to do that... row. Yeah, I was like, no! I clicked the wrong thing. Okay, well, that is immediately saying let's do an eraser tool. So right now it's click to place. And then right click to spin. So it's click to place and then right click to spin. Now, I could do click to place, click to spin, and then right click to delete as well, instead of trying to do an eraser tool. At least because I have a mouse. Right now I'm definitely making this very mouse oriented. Click to spin, spin to win. It would be spin to win. You gotta get the bumper facing the correct direction. Okay. So now it's right click. Instead, I want to do left click to spin it. And then here. Ooh, how do we do the... Add the position back to the list, though? Maybe that's a problem for a future, Ryan. Festival marathon starts in 13 days. Man, because there's also... I know I missed the beginning of the Jamalytics one, and there's the Core Blazer thing that also started. That is a Blazer. Yeah, no, that's that game company and Core Blazer. Which also sounds like I don't remember, but it's actually called that game company. There we go. This one. Because I'm always curious what themes they pick, too. Yeah, but it started May 17th, so it's a few days in. Theme generosity. Okay. It will be exhibited during the 2025 Core Blazer Game Festival. Start with 500% resources. Well, yeah, I think it probably has different versions of generous and stuff too. Yeah, I just don't remember what Core Blazer did exactly. Yeah, I'm still too enamored with my silly little project here. This is gonna be once I put it out into the world and see how well it does in terms of are people interested or not, and hope that people are. I don't know. I feel like off of just one TikTok where it was like a half finished thing that did better than I expected. I'm really curious to see. Yeah, how many wish lists you'll get from the Turn-Based Thursday Fest? Is that coming up? I get the Steam emails, and yet I forget when all of the festivals are. Is that happening, or is that coming, or is that... This seems... this is back in April. June 2nd to 9th. Okay. A friend who's making music is progressing on the longer soundtrack he got around to... And he got around to playing the game. He also had some suggestions on how to make the boss fight more obvious so people could actually understand what to do. Otherwise, haven't really done anything, just getting back into learning Unreal's gas. And I didn't even get to the boss. And I also don't know that I will really be able to, like, at least just because I got so motion sick so easy last time, I'm like, I don't know that I will really be able to help on any more testing. Unfortunately. I don't know, I will be very tempted to give it a couple of run-throughs, but I don't know that I'll be able to devote myself to finishing it just because I was getting sick. Okay, I wanted to just destroy the object. Will this cause issues? It might. We shall see. Okay, so I left click it, it'll spin. If I right click it, it will delete itself. Gameplay ability system. Okay, I feel like it's been explained to me, but I definitely don't mind it being explained again because, yeah, I Unreal has been on my to explore at some point list for a while, along with Godot and whatever else. Although I don't think I've downloaded Unreal. I have Godot downloaded, which I still haven't touched, but I have not. Well, and I for school, like I've messed with Unreal like once or twice previously on other computers that aren't my personal computer here. Okay, there, and yeah, get a new PC first. Yeah, and that's... I am thinking actually, like, and just, I am thinking just getting a straight up new PC too, instead of like new PC parts, just because I'm a little afraid of putting together a new PC, and like I said, I haven't tried reconfiguring this PC, so that just is an indication to me that just getting a new computer straight up is fine. It seems a little silly just because this computer's working just fine, but I would... I can place another one in there. Dadgummit. Interesting, good to know. Yeah, I think I need to speed up the bumper animation. No! Okay, good to know that the game is still not working. I was trying to get it to delete itself when I right-click it. Bumper. On get mouse button down here. Oh, wait, that's delete the collider. That's why it allowed me to place two of them. Ah, that's why it wasn't rotating. Yeah, okay, because the on mouse over was this. And this. Okay, it's the parent object. Yeah, see, the expectations here are just too much. Expect to see things functioning. What is functioning is okay with game object dot parent dot game object. Or no, but this, yeah, no, because it's the game object, and then it had it, and I kept typing. No, stop! You had it. No, transform. God, balls. Transform dot parent dot game object. Transform dot parent dot game object. Okay, now I should be able to delete the bumpers, especially when it doesn't bump off of the bumper. Then I can delete it and make it look like it wasn't there, and it was just all intentional. Okay, so now we place that there. Place that there. Place that, oops, that there. Right click, aha. Okay. Yeah, this is where I need like a placeholder thing to tell me which way the thing is scrolling and stuff too. So, excuse me, what? Why was it multi-placing there? Okay, well, that's some amount of stuff. Okay. 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 Oh, hell yeah. We're getting somewhere. I still have not dragged over the camera controls. Okay, so, wait, let's go here. Okay, that's the rotation on mouse scroll is working. I'll click and drag items. Actually, I don't know that I want to... Don't really need to do that right now. Oh, and then like, so this pipe, because right now it's click to open it. And if I want to keep it consistent, it would be click. Okay, well, that's some amount of stuff. Okay, It was, at least once. I did that earlier and it didn't work, but that was at least one full line being drawn with multiple corners without exploding. It did it once. Okay, the pipe. Yeah, okay, when it gets clicked on is toggle open instead. We're going to put this on right click. So toggling open is on right click. And then, because I also need this to rotate. So I'm like, if I just do, okay, well, I'm not, well, I did want to add placing the pipes as the next thing here too, but can I just steal the thing here? Okay, so let's see how long this ad is. It says there's going to be an ad in the next minute. Oh, and now it gives me a snooze. Okay, so I guess it's just as long as I don't use them, I'll get them back. Okay, the facing direction is instead direction. Yeah, okay, direction. Which is where this is good. I kind of need to put some more consistency in these. So instead here, I said how I'm doing this selected direction 90. Yeah, with the Euler angles. Okay, let's name that a little better. Okay, now, yeah, it's the random rotation thing, which is what that's doing. Yeah, not the transform to rotate. It's the oh yeah, Euler angles. Okay, so hopefully it's a little more consistent. There. Hey, it's back to 3-minute long ads. Hell yeah. Well, it's long ads aren't great, but at least instead of being tiny little minute-long ads. Okay, so now if I click on the pipe, if I right-click on the pipe, it'll open. If I left-click on the pipe, it should spin. Hopefully. We shall see. At least I don't need to worry about spinning the holes. Oh, no! How did I destroy the color? What? Wait. Okay, go back to what it was. That's the pipe there. That one's fine. Okay, it's using parent because that was the bumper. I needed to use parent. This does not have a parent problem. Yeah, okay, so we get rid of the parent. I hope no no parents are watching. Okay, now let's see if that works. And we'll leave that commented out code there for just a moment. There, I said it during the ad break. Nobody saw me talking about tossing parents out. Okay, now the pipes are... Okay, pipes are all facing the same way, and it explodes if I try to click on it. Okay. I got rid of the parent. Dadgummit. Oh, direction, not select the direction. Dadgummit. Okay. So hopefully, it's like if I can get it working during the ad, nobody will see it how broken it was. That's the goal. Although it's not... There's not always a full 3 minutes of ads though, right? It's just a possibility of a full 3 minutes of ads. There we go. Okay, so now we click you. Oh, hell yeah. And then we right click you. Oh, hell yeah. Man, and the excitement was so easily killed. Okay, and then we right click. Oh, that was a bug I wanted to fix. Was the... Okay, so the... Oh, I still gotta add the camera controls. I think I actually... No, I have both of those fixed already. Okay, and then... okay, the bug I was fixing, which I think I wanted to do right now, is the... so bumper animation... continues playing when hit from the back. Kinda, sorta. Okay. So the animation for the bumper is... It's the animator. So the ball, when it's approaching an object at a position, it goes into bumper get move direction, bumpers get move direction. Does that no matter what happens. So this is just a check of the output direction. If it's not none, yeah, because if it gets hit from the back, it's not gonna want to bump anyway. So if the output direction is not equal to none, then you can play the animation. Okay. So now hopefully that will solve that bug. Yeah, okay, wait. I do need to write it down again here too. Is ball sometimes moves through the bumper. And this is one that I think is going to crop up again and again and again. This feels like a thing that I'm going to solve many times over. It's because of the sometimes nature of it. Because it doesn't, at least right now, does not appear consistent. That item placement, we're getting somewhere. I really should click on some of these clips because they are somewhat accurate here. Okay, so we do that. And then we do that. So it hits the backside of, oops. I'm going to do that for quite a while, but I want to keep the thing consistent there. Hell yeah. Okay, so now it's not doing the awkward animation thing. No. I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, I could probably speed up the ball animation and speed up the bumper animation. Or speed up the ball and the bumper animation speed, too. Okay. This is getting a little more desperately needing the camera. So that's a bug fixed. Okay, I'm not actually working on those right now. At least item drawer stuff. I'm just working on spawning items. Which I kind of want to spawn pipes as well. Because that was here. It's just immediately spawning a bumper. But this really should be spawn selected object. Which would be another if. Or rather switch the selected object. Yeah, we'll just do it as an item's not that hard to put together, and I'm not necessarily going to be using it anywhere else. So okay, selected, or I guess objects, no, items. Items, and then the items are pipe, bumper, hole, and I could do grid spaces as well, but we're gonna not do that for now. It's just pipe and bumper and hole, and then this is a selected selected item, just to be a little more clear, kinda. Okay, so now selected item. And then here, just default to the bumper. Okay, so now that that's defaulted to the bumper, I can do a switch the selected item. And then whatever case being, we'll keep it consistent with what the enum is. You're back already? In a bathrobe? I guess that is some form of toweling off. I mean, I don't know that I've ever done, like, a bathrobe thing. I've done the towel around my waist kind of thing, but I don't know that I don't have like a bathrobe. Game not working? No, it's working. Just there. It's working. It's fine. This is what the AI code just spit up. So, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna tell you that the game is working. You just have to take my word for it. Just delude yourself into thinking that the game is working. Oh, wait, did I not have spawn pipe? No, I have a spawn pipe. So why are you adding an extra direction to the spawn pipe? Because I should have a direction on there? Okay. That is correct. It probably should have a direction on there. Oh, this is set random rotation. No, this is a set direction, right? So the pipe. Yeah, set direction. I have a set direction, so let's use that to do the direction. Why did you give it to me twice? Okay. Now, I believe there is another chunk of code that's going to yell at me. Yeah, there we go. For not having a direction. So, in this case, do this. And then turn it into a direction, if you would. I don't understand why you decide you're just going to eat the other chunk of code, and then you put it back anyway. Just so wonkety. No, you're not going to let me just change this into a grid move direction? I'm doing that other yeah, grid move direction right here. Oh, wait, I was passing it an int anyway, wasn't I? I'm not even passing it a direction. Okay, there is where I was setting the direction based, okay. Which is really just telling me that this is probably a little inconsistent between int and enum, but that's okay. It can be rewritten in the future. I'm gonna just keep telling myself that because it is true. Now, will it get rewritten in the future? Yes, I also need to live in the delusion that that will happen. Okay, so now it's still set on bumper, but can I? Well, I guess I haven't. Unity crashed just because I tried to run something? Wonderful. Fantastic, phantasmagorical. I am too sexy for my shirt. It's unrelated to wanting to look at the selected object here, selected item. So then that is where the buttons come in. Oh, you did recover. Okay. So now I can finally use these buttons to do Can I pass in that thingamabob? So that's a string or an int or a something. Okay, I want to select item. Okay, these are all spawn level, spawn hole, get a grid space. Oh yeah, I guess, so yeah, it'd be a public thing, so public, and this is set selected item to why is it a red square? Why why do you just immediately spit out code that's not working then? Don't I want it to be less accessible? No, no, no. This is the enum. I want the enum to be accessible, but not the... Yeah, this should be available, but not the variable that I make out of the enum. Okay, there we go. So now, set selected item. So now, can I put that on a button is the question. So, we go here, we go here. Oh, y'all were supposed to be under the drawer, kind of, right? So now, that is a mistake that I made by clicking on that. Okay. Then, hello, hello. How is the Jamalytics jam going? I think I saw what the... I don't entirely recall what the theme was. But yeah, I was a little too enticed with this project. But I did have it in the back of my mind. The Jamalytics... Is it Jamalytics or Jamalytics? I keep wanting to add an A in there. I think it's just Jamalytics. Yeah, okay. And do I remember what the theme was? I remember it was good. I don't remember what it was. A poor connection, that's what it was. Yeah, because I saw the video, the theme reveal. Yeah, which I think that's an interesting idea, but well, I think it's because of the Rising Tide challenge. That's my own other yeah, there. It's always going to be that link, and then I have to go click over here. But yeah, that's my own personal deadline of trying to get a game trailer done in 11 days. Okay, speaking of... Now... You there. You there, and then you... Set the thing. Victorian-inspired tower defense survival. Sounds like a lot for a poor connection. Not immediately seeing the connection there, but... But that does sound like an interesting idea. I know there is... It's not like Monster Tower. It's something else, right? Shoot, I know there is a... and it's not Monster Factory. As much as I love Monster Factory, that's a different video series thing. Monster Tower? I don't think it's Monster Tower either. I know there is a factory I think there's multiple like factory tower defense games, and I can't think of the names of any of them. Mindustry, okay. Because there's a pixel art game, right? I like the pixel art a lot. And then, was it Tower Factory? No, that's a different thing. Yeah, okay, but very much combining factory and tower defense. But I know there's another one that's about killing little monsters and stuff. This one. What was this? Mob Factory. There we go. Okay, mob was the word, not monster. Mob Factory. You were a robot sent to Mars to set up antennas to connect to the mothership. Yeah, I was like, I think both of these are fantasy, so you're at least hitting something different theme-wise. But also, killing little gnomes. Why are we killing little gnomes? I don't know if I like that. Although I did find a idle game about throwing gnomes into a hole. Say, Mob Factory. Yeah, I do think the... Yeah, because I think this is a little more about, like, putting the mobs on the conveyor belt to mulch them into items. Well, this one looks a little more like traditional. Here's a node to mine, and then here's towers to place. Yeah, feel free to drop a clip here, or I do have my Discord as well, and hopefully it's a little easier to see my, That was one thing I was doing over the weekend, was trying to fix up the stream, the bottom of the stream a little bit in terms of, Yeah, there we go. So these are a little, because I know people ask for the Discord, and it's like, okay, that should be a little easier to get at. And I redid all the text on these too. So instead of website, it says portfolio, which makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I really need to just compile all of these letters into a font at this point. But I did fix up this. That was the thing I was doing over the weekend as well. Okay, back to whatever nonsense I was doing. The selecting a thingamabob. Shoot, there's a different way to do this. Okay, wait, if I go public set? Yeah, public set item. Trying out 3D for the first time. That sounds familiar. I've been trying out 3D games a little more recently. Like, that's a lot of my... Yeah, this is kind of doing a little more 3D modeling here for the first time. And then this had just a little bit of 3D modeling as well. Yeah, expanding beyond voxels into actual 3D models. And then this most recent project, I've been doing some 3D modeling. And having fun with it as well. Surprisingly, despite the fact that Blender is just so much. So... Is it because the, Agronome looks interesting? Well, I wonder why. Yeah, I don't think any of my stuff has been getting hits since. Like, I haven't really looked at the analytics, but I think it's just the link tree For some reason, the link tree always gets some amount of hits. So it's whatever I have linked on that link tree. I guess I do get the occasional view. Wait, was there a link I missed? Was it on the Discord or something? Oh, it was. It was on the Discord. There we go. Oh, the fog is an interesting, Wow, that tower's really neat. Wow, this is looking good for a jam thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, so the connection between the towers as to whether the connection is good or not. It's a neat way to do that. Yeah, okay. Signal extenders, kind of like electricity, but radio towers. I know, oh, shoot. Why can I never remember the names of games? Did a bunch of all-nighters, so you still have time. Yeah, that's not something I've ever... I think, like, the twice that I've tried pulling all-nighters just was poor quality work that I was not I was not awake for, so it did not turn out good, and I didn't. No, I make sure I sleep, or I give up and say no. This is I didn't leave myself enough time. Ah, shoot! But I know this. They're a little. It's kind of a low poly Astroneer game. That's what it was. I know Astroneer does some of the like certain distance between different like oxygen or whatever towers and stuff. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Astroneer does that like certain distance from different things there. Oh, this is you making the crow model? Well, that's cool. Because that's probably something I would find useful for learning how to actually model something. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, totally forgot. But no, I might actually, like, watch that back and see just a kind of a, like... I think it's a little difficult in terms of, like, if I don't know the Blender shortcuts, that'll be a... Yeah, as much as I stream a lot to try to have a record of the stuff that I've done, I don't go back and look at streams hardly at all. I haven't even gotten clips from streams in a long time either, even with the Save GG bot, but when the clip of the stream is, wow, you changed the volume, I get a little hesitant. Okay, so no? Is it because it's got this? Yeah, because I could do... I mean, a getter's not a bad idea, but right now I'm just trying to get the... Okay, this is set. Selected. Wait, hey, sure. Set selected. That just seems long to say set selected item to bumper. Oh, you even paint and rig the crow in 25 minutes. Wow, dang, dude. Because I thought the crow came out okay. I think all of it was kind of like low poly, quick and simple, but I think it all looks good for jam stuff. Okay, yeah, it does know what I want to do there. Okay, so now does that... Doesn't really need to be this selected item. But whatever. Does that satisfy you? Yeah, it didn't feel out of place. Yeah, I was hoping to get to the... Well, I don't know. We'll see if I can get to the point of actually... there we go. Set selected item to bumper. Yeah, okay. Probably because I was trying to pass in a thing that it wouldn't let me pass in. Which also makes me say, can I just do an int and then just parse the int? Yeah, so then just switch this number. Okay, wait. Before I do that, this I can put into the thing, right? Okay, it was just the fact that it was an enum that it didn't know how to parse. Correct? So now if I go here and I say, actually, I want this to be set the selected item to int. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So then we just switch the selected item. And then that's what I wanted. Emailed a YouTuber today and got a reply of, already played it and very excited for the full release. That's awesome. They, you're already in the zeitgeist. I guess it is memes, so I guess that does help. I don't know. I don't know if it helps or not. That's what I would be curious. I'd be curious to see how many people are excited about the memes versus, I guess, ambivalent. At least I fall more on the ambivalent to dislike, simply because a reference to a thing makes it harder to make your own personal, like, brand if you're just referencing something else. But then again, that's how I want to market this project, is with all sorts of references to other things. So it's a small YouTuber with 7K subscribers. Didn't expect that to happen. Oh, you mean for a well, because I don't know if it's smaller YouTuber would find stuff, would find more stuff, or if it would be bigger YouTuber being like a tastemaker and then everybody else goes and plays that game. So this was the bumper. And the number was actually 1. So 1. And then we go to U. Meaning I should probably do pipe bumper hole, if that's how I have it laid out. I think it might actually... Oops. Okay, so now we label U as pipe button. Switch out the text to pipe. Then I don't have to change the positions of anything. And then do 0. And now you are instead the bumper button. And you are instead bumper. And you are instead the there we go. There we go. Okay. And then the hole, which I'm not actually going to test because I don't actually have the holes getting placed to where they could be seen. It'd be a little silly to make sure that the hole is not visible. Okay. And for now, I guess I don't really need the eraser, but I think that's a... because there is no right-clicking on a screen, so... Okay, now I select pipe, and I select that. Aha! And it spits out a ball. Okay. So then, oh, these line up. So let's do a pipe. And put you that way. Sweet. Still gonna have to work on the colors on the pipes. But, so now we do bumper. And then do, oh, hell yeah! Let me do hole. I can't actually test that, but oh, and then I don't have a delete on the pipe, but that's okay. Oh hell yeah! Okay, now it's getting very, very desperate to need actual camera controls, so you can see anything. That's, you can't believe your eyes. It's actually doing something. It looks like a game that's working. What? It took weeks to get to this point when it feels like it should have taken days. Yeah, okay, on a full screen like this, it's not as bad. So we do pipe there. Let's say, let's do this and that and that. Yeah, okay, so now it's the can I draw out, like the word hello here. So if we do something like that, and then that, and then, oh, I regret everything. Okay, so that's still a bug, is multiple bumpers can be placed in the same spot. So I guess I have now added the drawer and spawning items from it. Okay. So that's no, it's a bug. Not a thing that I'm working on right now. I regret everything. I want to delete you. Yeah, okay, now it's just gonna stay there like that. Great. Okay, so you're gonna be a pain then. Okay, multiple bumpers. Yay. Can. This is why I look at my hands so much. Placed in the same spot. Okay, and then there, it's a bug. Okay, and then we move it over here. Okay. 2 a.m., why do I not feel tired? Yeah, yesterday was tired all day, didn't sleep much, and just today not feeling tired. Yeah, that happens to me occasionally. Like, most of the days, it's... Or I guess if it's 2 days in a row where I didn't sleep much, that second day, I don't feel as, Like, it feels less necessary. I think for me, it feels like there's like one day that you get to really try to catch up on sleep that you missed. Otherwise, you're kind of screwed, it feels. Okay, and then this needs to be a hole. So let me do that. And now, is it an H? Okay, I gotta end the stream. No, please. Why? Come on. God balls. Oh, you're not even gonna do it consistently. You fucker. Go ram it. Mother flippin' balls. Asterix. Okay, is it because they're next to each other? Is that the issue? I mean, because it... You bastard. Yeah. Why are you... Okay, so now you're doing one there and then the other... Huh? You're consistently... So now you're going to go through it. What the hell? Why is it consistent? Why is it bouncing... Yeah, very literal edge cases. But why is it consistent? That it's... In one case, it bounces, and in one case, it doesn't. And it's consistently... Okay, well... I guess that really says if I do this where it should bounce, and then that where it shouldn't. What does that do? Okay, so that's going to consistently get confused. So the ball, when it... So it's going to do both, and I want it to do both. So it needs to not check its forward if it's in an object. So then... Asked the YouTuber where he found the game, and he said, of course, I found the game on Steam when looking at new and upcoming roguelikes or roguelites. I don't know the difference in the categories page on Steam. It's not because you placed more than one bumper on the same tile. No, it's because it's checking to see if there's a bumper in front of it, and it's checking to see if it's inside a bumper at the same time. So it's saying, oh, there's a bumper in front of me, despite the fact that it should be turning before it checks that, so... just for every edge case, your game split into two instances that run in parallel and destroy the one that doesn't do what you want. Yeah, no, it's a quantum thing. Every time it's observed, it'll change. That's certainly the easiest solution and not more difficult than solving the underlying problem. Well, at least this one I know what this is. It's that it's trying to look at the next position, despite the fact that it should be looking at a different next position. Actually, it's not as... I was like, this does not change the... This is not an order of operations thing, right? Like, it doesn't... Because... I highly doubt that, but that's ideally what it is. I want it to check its position before it checks the forward. Actually, no, it wouldn't matter. Because I think it would just say, okay, I'm So, like I said, it's really just, it shouldn't check the forward position. Well, it's because this should also be changing the direction of the bumper. And then once the bumper has changed directions, then it should be plus parallel universes. Oh boy. That would be... Yeah, do a fourth dimensional version of the game. Oh boy. I guess there's already 4D golf. Somebody figured it out. I don't even know exactly what a 4D grid would look like. Exactly. I know there's the 4D toys where you see a 3D slice of a 4D world. But... So, I don't know that, the ball stick superpositions every time they hit a bumper. Move his particles or waves. I think they've done both. I had a bug where they were moving diagonal for a bit there. You're like waving in a diagonal, so... Well, okay, the issue is that when it checks the forward, it needs this needs to have happened so that it's looking at the correct next position before it then looks at the forward position. Okay, wait, I guess I did... like I said, that's not an order of operations thing where it does the... check the position before the forward, right? Well, and I don't know if it actually rotates the ball until it starts moving. I don't know, it feels like it should. Okay, so yeah, that didn't matter. Oh, but I do wonder... So if I do a bumper that is passable as the second bumper... Okay, give me a pipe like here. There, okay, and then if I do a bumper that is passable as a second bumper here, what does that do? Still doesn't do it. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if... I mean, because technically it should be... This is what I want it to be doing. It's just looking at the wrong position. Yeah, as waves until you hit observe, and then they collapse into a particle. Yeah, so it's this forward is... Twitch heard that you're starting to work on the script and got no video ads at all. Well, I know they were messing with, like, muted video ads, too. And people were excited. It seems odd to be excited about ads, but I think if it's less of an interruption, then I can see why there would be an excitement there. If it's like, oh, we're forced to do ads, but if it's something that's just a little easier to ignore. Okay. Yeah, because that's my problem, is that, like... It's like, if the ball... Because if I instead made sure that, okay, it's not... you know, if it is inside an object, Yeah, okay. Let's just do that and then see the other edge case of... Because I think this would solve the problem if I just say, okay, if you're not inside of an object currently... So this is a different... So I guess I lied about that. And then here... Oh, that's the other way around. Or, no, wait. Okay, so this is saying if it is in a bumper. Okay, so if it's not inside of an object, actually no, that's really all it is. It's just if it's not inside of an object, then you can actually check the forward. But I think the issue here is that if I do an invalid bumper as the next bumper past the bumper that I do, then it's going to have issues. So it's really just a matter of I wanted to run this, and I wanted to change the direction of the... Yeah, here, set direction on the grid move. It's really just a matter of I wanted to run check position before it runs check forward. I don't entirely know how to do that. Well, and then I guess it's put it all into one script. There's a reason I separated them, though. Okay, here and here. So now, if it does that... Well, I guess it shouldn't matter. So, I'm thinking this will solve the problem. Yes. But I'm also thinking... okay. So then I finally got rid of it there. But I'm also thinking if I do that, it's going to pass through this second one. No? Really? I just solved the problem? Seems unlikely to me. Okay, so let's do you going there, and then you going there, and then you stopping it. Let's see what that does. That's probably not isolating the variables enough, but... Oh, okay, no, it's working. I solved the problem. I was not expected to have solved the problem. Okay. I don't know if that'll make this any more consistent. Hopefully. Also, music. So now, can I draw the H? That's what it was. I think I'll make something quick and silly tomorrow. If it works, you'll see a small video in Discord. If not, then... Well, then... Makes sense. I mean, quick and silly sounds like a good idea if you're trying to get back... Well, I guess if you were working on the 360 thing, okay, there for a while as well. Oh, erase should be a get button down. Not get button. It should just it should be Get button, not get button down. There we go. Yeah, okay, I don't need that to be that specific. And then here, this is a get button down because it's not doing an erase. And I might, yeah, I will need to figure out an erase on the pipe, but. Okay, man, as much as well, I don't know. It's like, do I want to show this off or do I want to do the camera? I've just kind of stopped doing work in progress stuff because I'm like, oh, I have an idea of an exact thing I want to put. Okay, so now we do. So like here, here, and then here. And something like here, and then here, and there, and then there, and there, and there, and I think I did it one space off yet again. So now, does that give me an H or does it break? I'm gonna sleep now even though you're not tired yet. Ooh. No! Come on! Why? Go ram it. Why must you give me hope? Just to wrench it away from me. Yeah, you don't want to break your sleep schedule anymore. Man, I was gonna be like, wow, you picked a good time to go to bed. Look, I made the thing. No, I didn't. You suck it. Boo. Why this one? Yeah, and I thought so. That you would just... Now I got it. Boo. A pox on your house. Okay, I need an end point so that it gets rid of the ball in a hole. Or maybe I just write... Okay, so how about... I'll just make it like neon lights. I was thinking about doing like, okay, it doesn't actually stop and it's just one ball that makes the entire word. But the problem with that being that that's going to be... Yeah, okay, that's... I need the scroll to be a little easier to... Oh, wait. It needs to be... like the inner edge of the H. So there, and then 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 there, and... So then an E. It's probably going to be a little off. I did 5, so I guess there. Yeah, I didn't really measure out the exact... Oh, yeah, clearly. Oh, wait. Oh, that was the issue, is that if I wanted to get the E, the bottom of the E correctly... okay, wait, give it another space. Yeah, that's where I kind of need the multi-select tool as well, so that you can move a clump of things. Yeah, but I think to get the proper, like, thickness is gonna have to be something like that to actually get it to do. And even there, that's not gonna come out. But is that gonna be HE? We shall see. Oh, okay, and let's speed up the ball. I need to speed up the ball and speed up the bounce animation. So there's an H. And oh, I think the spacing is yeah, the spacing's still off on that E there. It's getting there though. It's getting there. Do I want to change the bumper color? It's taken me longer than I was hoping for, but I am getting there. Let's see. Did I want to change the bumper colors? Maybe. It should probably be under the ball. You don't have the mesh render, do you? No. I could either do it under... Well, okay, do I want to mess with that? What was the thing I was going to change? I thought there was something else I was going to change. I don't remember what it was. Okay. So maybe I don't worry about the bumper colors. Okay, and the spawner, we're going to say no more pipes. Don't spawn any pipes. Don't spawn any bumpers. You're just going to be a completely blank board so that I can actually write on it because I got the pipe spawning as well, which I was not fully expecting to do. So that is kind of a bonus. Okay, so now we do a pipe there. And then we do bumpers like there. And again, just kind of make it up as we go. Is it going to fit a full hello? Okay, and I have a... Oh. It was supposed... Yeah, you're supposed to be on the inner edge of the H. Dang it. And I don't have an ability to get rid of the pipe easily. Okay, there. So now the inner edge of the H. Again, we're just going to eyeball it. I don't care if it's a little off. It's just kind of a test to see how easily I can try to get hello. Yeah, I guess there's also the visual, like the lines are different thicknesses. And I don't know where that's coming from exactly either. Okay, maybe we actually even it out this time. This is not the full thing here. I don't need to be making it exact. Okay, if that's the middle of that, then that's where I want this. Nope, okay, it's... Yeah, this is the awkward part of, like, okay. Like, it's gonna kind of have to do this. But I guess this is a very good test for whether or not that works or not. Wait, Yeah, okay, this is another one where it's like the bottom part of the L. I don't think I have enough space for a full hello. It's just gonna be hell instead. I just came to say hell. I just came to say hell. I do wonder if I can cut it off too. Okay. The ball speed. That's what I wanted to change. Was the ball speed. Dang it. Now I remember. No! Damn you. Damn you all to hell. And then... Why? Why? And then you do it... No, you're still gonna be broken. Some consistency in the brokenness would be fantastic, if you please. I lied. I set this all up. Naturally. I got it all set up, and now you break enough on this one thing here. Bugger off, you dumb. Why? Okay, it's gonna be hell with a tiny h. I mean, yeah, it's consistent. At least in that one. Yeah, okay, that one spot was consistent. So I don't know if it's that bouncing off of the... Okay, good to know it's 8:30, meaning I should just... No! Go to bed. Okay, well, now... Okay, nope, screw this. I need to speed up the balls, which will probably have them go through the bumpers even more often now. Go ram it. The ball has the ball speed, right? So... Speed. Give me like 3. Go 3 times as fast. And then let's see if it starts going through a bunch of pipes. I was all excited. I was gonna have it say hello. Yeah, it does need some more testing before trying to type hello. Or maybe some more space too. I just came to say hello. Okay, this was the ball speed test, basically. So, go. Excuse me, pardon me, that doesn't seem any faster. Ball, hello? Speed of 3. Grid move speed of 5. Oh. Okay, the ball speed is not equal to grid speed. Then what is the ball speed doing? What am I doing? What have I done? I've added variables that aren't used for anything. Yeah, you tricked me. You dumb? No, okay, grid move, set speed. But this set speed here is not... Okay, so the grid move... I'm not even using this speed here. Okay, what? No, it's just because you're tricking me again here. It's trying to say, okay, so the ball does not need a speed. I don't need to set the speed here if that's not... Okay, that wasn't even doing anything anyway. I was trying to get it to set the speed here, But instead it's the, so now this is the ball grid move. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like it's better if the ball tells its movement what to do. But, so ball grid move. And now the ball grid move. Set speed to whatever speed I had it set to. Speed. Ball speed? Why do you add the speed there? Just ball speed, right? If that's what the pipe has, is ball speed. Ball speed, okay. So, am I using this ball speed anywhere? Or was that just for this? Which that makes sense. If it was just for this. Okay, yeah, so that feels clunky, but I don't know. I'll go back and fix everything. I will rewrite everything once it's all written. I do find it easier to edit than I do to, like, just come up with the right answer and then... okay, so this is just a ball speed test. So, go. Bugger off, you dumb! Come on! Ball. Where are you at? The speed, 5. Who's setting it to 5? Is it the grid move? Are you setting your speed to 5? Speed, 0.4. Okay, move towards the thing at the speed. That's fine. Set speed is speed. That's fine. Who's setting the speed, though? Okay. So now who is one usage? Frequently called. One usage? One own usage. Can I... This. This is the one version of setting the speed to the speed, and the speed is being used over here. Speed times time to delta time. But that's not 5. How many instances of 5 do I have in the code? That's a 0.25. You're gonna show me the... Is it the prefab? Prefab for the ball. Grid move, speed of 2. Which is not 5. So now 20. We just add a 0 on there. Does that change anything? Okay, it's one of those, like, it's close to being a thing. No, pipe. There. Bumper. There. Spawn it. You just insist on that speed. Again, I meant to stop it. This is a different day thing. But I got the item placement. I got this kind of drawer thing here. Okay, so that didn't seem to matter. So somewhere else it's setting the speed. And I gotta call it quits. Before I yawn too much. It just feels like it's close to something. Like I could almost draw out a word and then it's... Nah, the ball speed's too slow and it takes forever to just watch it go. And it says I could speed it up in post, but I'm like, ideally, I would like to just have it just do the thing. Yeah, because I would also like to just check the speed just to see if... I think you set the ball speed to 5. Okay, so set it to 10. Set the pipe? That would make sense if it's the pipe, but it didn't look like the pipe was set up to do that. Unless it was doing that? Okay, pipe me. No, pipe me. Then bumper me. That was not what I wanted. Okay, there. Aha! Okie dokie, the pipe was the one setting the speed, which is correct. That is what I wanted to do. Okay, so now if I set it to like a little bit more ridiculous of a speed, to like 5 times the faster speed, is that going to cause it to clip through the... I would assume so. It's supposed to be doing like a snap to grid on a... Yeah, I don't know. This feels like it should be too fast. But we shall see. Okay, whatever. There. Ooh. That worked a lot better than I would have thought. For how fast that was going. Oh, hell yeah. Interesting. Yeah, okay. I still need to speed up the bumper animations by quite a bit. Yeah, it is all coming together. That's what I said it was. That's what I said the stream was gonna be, and that's what it's looking like. Except for these still minor bugs, but I'm surprised the ball speed was working. Okay, so the animation for the bumper. You. Either I speed it up in the animator or I speed it up here. I don't actually know which is better. Probably bumping it up on the animator, I would assume. So not loop, here. Just do twice as fast. Yeah, with the extra speed, it feels like it really has some, like, force to it. It's funny that that's all it took to add some more heft to it. Supposed to really just speed it up some. And again, here I am inadvertently making an H. I guess this will also tell me if the... Oh, hell yeah! Okay, that's a good stopping point. It's not a full H, and I'm not going to draw out a full hello right now. But that's so tempting. No, I need to do a build to do that. Okay, well, then maybe we do that. Let's just do a build. Okay, no, we're going to bed. I had a success. Now, I guess this is how I celebrate the successes. Do a build and... Yeah, the few things I wanted to do is... Yeah, the other two things... Yeah, because I am losing a couple days this week, because Wednesday, Too Much Tomato is doing a talk about making torso tennis. So, I'm excited about that, but that means Wednesday is going to be no stream. And then Thursday I'm also not streaming. But since I realized it's a 3-day weekend, I think Monday might be like an all-day stream. We shall see. But the next two things I want to play with are color palettes and a wide-angle lens. Oh, and an outline shader. So let's also put that on here. So then this is... So this is an art task of add color palettes. Yeah, because this is also a... like, get the game page up thing. It's just like, okay, now that I think I have some amount of gameplay, I can add color palettes, and then... okay, so this is switch between color palettes. And then... It's interesting that he's still working so hard on torso tennis. You mean in terms of, like, yeah, hope the game will pick up some interest soon. No, I think it's... visually, I think it's a very cool game, and I think the idea is a very cool idea of doing a tennis roguelike. I think it's... The core, like, there's just so many balls on screen is a little hard to parse. At least for me, it didn't feel like tennis. And I know that's, yeah, game been there for like 15 months and still not many wish lists. Yeah, I think unfortunately it's not doing super well, but... Yeah, not a game for me, but it definitely has an audience. And I know he said people stop by and say, oh, it's a Nubby, like... He's like, I've been working on this well before Nubby. I was... Switch between color palettes was a programming thing. And then wide-angle lens was the other one. Because I want to be able to do... Or rather, what I'm thinking is... I want to take a screenshot of the game with a wide-angle lens and then just kind of put some extra art on top of it for a... Yeah, somewhere between a shitpost and being artsy. It's a little bit in that, like, a graffiti, like, notebook doodle kind of art style. I guess it's a programming thing for wide-angle lens. It might be an art thing. Well, I guess we'll put it under art for now, and then an outline shader, because I think that would be good for when the balls are bouncing around. Yeah, no, I hope Torso Tennis, like, does better. I don't know. I think it's it's a cool idea, and and like there are people who like it. There was definitely a guy he had a guy come to Magfest and then play it multiple times and go show all his friends. And I know for me, I think it didn't feel like tennis, and because there were just so many balls, it almost felt like somewhat random. Like it was just I'm just hitting balls as fast as I can with less strategy. So yeah, he invested a lot in it and it deserves more attention. Well, and I know it's sort of a like a side project that kind of just ballooned because I think he's got something else that was more of the like main. Yeah, I think Forklift Flower Pot is supposed to be the main game, and Torso Tennis just kind of consumed a bit. Hello, hello. Unfortunately, you're catching the end of the stream, but you can see the cool thing I made. When it loads. Ta-da! Okay, I guess I need to fix the drawer, which is one of those, like, oh, okay. No, we're definitely gonna switch the... Okay, no, Steam, I don't like that you do that. Okay, I'm trying to show off the game here, and then it's not happening. Okay, I need to fix the drawer here, but I can place a pipe, and now... no, don't place... No! It's very clearly still a work in progress, but... Okay, do I want to try to do hello? Okay, we're gonna do that as fast as I can. It's not... I'm not gonna be able to get hello, but... Wait, can I get help? There we go. Oh, and then it's because I keep trying to... It's supposed to be off the inner edge of the H, not off of the... Okay, so let me do this and that and that. I even have a scroll wheel thing. It's just I don't have a visual for which way that... That's what I really need. Do gnome. That also works. I like the idea of help. Help. It no worky. Help it buggy. Yeah, because I don't know how I would do a G. Yeah, then there's this, or it's like the awkward, like, how do you do that? Yeah, no, that's gonna have an extra stank on it. And then, yeah, it's all of these that have this bottom on them here that's gonna be... oh, man. And then how would I even do a P? Like, can I do the... inner edge? That's not gonna be a P, because then it's, Okay, whatever. Now we hit go. Yep, no, this is the end of the stream. Why? Why does it have to be multiple times now that once I get the full thing set up that it decides, nah, I don't want to do it. You bastard, you're gonna consistently... Ugh. This is kind of a necessary piece here. No, stop. No! I wanted to show off the cool thing I made. And all it's just bugs. Right click. There we go. My own... No! You're following me. Why? It's so broken. It was looking cool just a second ago, I swear. Come on. Why is it giving me different... Okay. Just do this part of it. No? None of it. It was just working, I swear. Come on. Here, there. Do that. Now you do it. That's not what I wanted. Okay, maybe go here. No! Why? I just saw it bounce. Clearly there's some bugs to work out. Okay, what if I do that? I drew out this entire thing. Why won't you work with me here? Okay, do that. Okay, maybe we give a space in between them. Is that gonna do it? Okay, I'm not fixing bugs right now. I'm going to bed. Okay, maybe he just needs a space in between them. Yeah, it's the adjacent bumpers. Yeah, it's because I keep wanting to... It just feels silly to not have the, like, thick lines there. But yeah, I do think it is the adjacent bumper. Well, kind of, because it's like here, nothing's adjacent to this. But, yeah, it goes through that and then... Okay, well, we get rid of that adjacent bumper and then that adjacent bumper. Now, see, that one wasn't adjacent, but it still had an issue. So even worse, I have no clue. Oh, there might be... I don't know if there's like a position thing underlying this as well. God, balls. Oh, I guess thank you for the follow. This will be cool one day. I swear. It's getting there. I've made more progress in the past like couple days. He just refused. I think I also cranked up the speed on the balls too much. It's because it worked. It's because it worked once that I guess I won't put something cool on social media. That was gonna be the goal. It was like, look, it bounced. Okay, we do a pipe. We have a pen. We have a pineapple. And pen, pineapple, apple pen. There we go. Now it worked. Yeah, I don't think the adjacent bumpers is a good idea, though. See, I don't know what I'm painting out there, but... And... Oh, you bastard. Boo. Okay, whatever. That's as good as I could get. Have a pee. And by that, I mean I'll pass out. I'm gonna go sleep. It's 9 o'clock for me. It is late. Although I guess if there are people here, I guess I could raid and dash. Is there people here is the question. Oh, I guess, yeah, my typical stream times are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, except I've been doing more like more like a number bumpers breaking it. And also, it says there's only 2 people here, so I like to rate if there's 3. 2 feels just a little too low to me. Because I also don't know if one of them is myself, so I guess no raid today, but yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with more of this, and then I won't be back on Wednesday, Thursday, because I got stuff. Like I said, I got I talk about torso tennis to watch. So I'd be kind of curious as to 69 followers. Nice. But yeah, there's a talk on torso tennis here on Wednesday. So no stream Wednesday, and then I'm busy on Thursday. But hopefully should be a full stream on Monday since I have the time off. But I will be back tomorrow, I guess, to fix bugs. I'm probably going to play with color palettes, honestly. I think I want to... That'll be closer to, like... Yeah, I think bug fixing I can leave until after this deadline. I want to mess with color palettes so that there's some other kind of things to see. And then some kind of logo I need to figure out, too. And I have some ideas for color palettes. Because I think blacklight is a really neat idea. Or using, like, light. Like, do a black world and then have the balls be lights to light up the world. I think would be neat. Okay, but enough rambling. I'm going to bed. Thank you for following. Thank you for stopping by. I will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Which I don't know exactly how that translates, but yeah. Goodbye. Good night. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck. Have fun sleeping. Bye.